when Auburn and Alabama kick off in Auburn on Saturday afternoon, it will be the 8th time that an Iron Bowl has featured 2 top 10 teams. So I'm going to go ahead and give you where my head is right now with this game. Jalen Hurts in his past 2 seasons as Alabama starter, he's rushed 272 times for 1,855 yards and 21 touchdowns. And Hurts believes that he can kind of, his legs are going to be his aid to get out of games, and it's going to bail him out of, that pressure that Auburn brings to the table. But I don't think that's the case when he's going to go up against Auburn. So Auburn's defense ranks 8 as of now, and they definitely force you to throw the ball. You can ask Georgia's team. And Jake Fromm, he cannot respond to that. And the running backs were completely shut down in that game. And so Scarborough, Hurts, who's the other guy, Damian Harris that Alabama has. They're all very talented. They have that little I was about to get into that. You got to guard. That's his only guy. I mean, you watched it last week against Mercer, and he just loves going to Calvin Ridley the entire time. And Ridley was hurt a couple weeks ago. But here's how Auburn's going to win the game for me. So I'm going to go ahead and say
Whoa. Did you just say Auburn's going to win the game?
Yep, I just did.
Okay.
So
This
is
how.
how.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Bold.
He's already jumping out there.
I'm already jumping out there. I told you I was going to go for it.
Bring it. Don't sing it, bring it.
Now, here's how Auburn wins for me. If they run, carry on Johnson to soften up the defense. This is exactly what they did to Georgia. I watched the game over again. I'm kind of a nerd, so I went and watched the whole game over again.
That's it right there.
Yeah, kind of a nerd.
Yeah, whatever nerd. So I watched, and what they did was they just kept running, carry on Johnson, and then Jarrett Stidham just goes for that long ball, and that's what they did. And they got it against Georgia, and I think they can get it against Alabama. If they just keep running and running the ball like they did, and Jarrett Stidham, he does the read option passes, and then they go for that long ball, I think they can beat this team. We watched Nick Fitzgerald kind of score on Alabama a little bit, and they did almost the same exact thing. They ground and pounded the ball twice, and they throw on 3rd down, and I think it really worked, and they almost came out of there with a win. So, yep, I'm going with Auburn. So what do you think about all that statistics, Coach?
My goodness, did you wake up from that?
My head's spinning a little bit from all those. No, I'm
numbers galore. I think that's
smoking.
one of those. Yeah. Who's going next?
We'll let Coach go.
All those things being said, obviously you throw all the records out. When these two guys play, it's classic battles all the time, and there's no doubt this is a big game for both of them, and there's no doubt it's at Auburn, correct?
Correct.
This game is at Auburn, so get a little home field advantage and all that. The Warriors, they'll have the eagle flying down. That's one of the neatest things. My wife wants us to do that at East Forsyth.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you train an eagle and do that?
I would love to see the check on that.
We might get Noah or one of those guys be an eagle and just kind of fly around
throw him out the press box.
Yeah, and just kind of
zip line. There's your 10 seconds of fame that you want.
But I just in the Iron Bowl, you throw the records out, but I'm just going to have to go with Alabama. I can't go against Nick Saban. I know everybody. I love the way he coaches, and it's going to be a great game. But I got to go with Alabama.
Man, it looks like I'm the only one going with Auburn because I think I know where Tim's head is.
Well, let me tell you what, fellas. Bama's had a weak schedule, but it's hard not to like people like Hurts and Scarborough and Harris and Ridley. And beyond that, the defense is stout as usual. It's a normal Bama defense, but again, that schedule has me scratching my head, and I'm struggling to know if their dominance is just because of that good, or is it just because of weak competition. Then you got Auburn, who's played some teams with a pulse, right? They've played Clemson and LSU, which is the two tight losses, but you realize something? They lost to Tiger schools, right? They lost to Clemson Tigers. They lost to the LSU Tigers. Last time I checked, Alabama isn't nicknamed the Tigers. Right? They're not the Alabama Tigers. So, I want to go off a little tangent here for a second.
Go ahead. We got all the time in the world.
If you remember last week, and I don't want to get too political, but Donald Trump had this deal about you could shoot elephants. Did you hear about that? You could shoot elephants for trophies and things like that. Then all of a sudden, he kind of backtracked on that. And so, I think it's highly... oh, wait. Did you hear that? Whoa! You won't believe what you... Did you hear that? Oh, excuse me.
You got a jungle out there.
It's tough out there, isn't it? But did you hear that first thing there? What was that? You would hear... I can't believe in Kernersville, North Carolina, you would hear elephants. Anyone else hear? I heard it. So
yeah, I heard it. Noah's over there raising his hand.
You heard the elephant? Yeah. I didn't know elephants. Last week we had, what did we have flying around here?
Oh no, it was wolves. Yeah.
We had we had wolves around here last
They
week.
got shot.
Flying wolves around here?
We had
No,
flying,
not fly. They were
we
just.
had regular wolves. No, we had
okay.
regular wolves. No, we had regular wolves. But no, the week before that in the studio, if you remember, we had eagles.
Yeah,
flying
I remember
around.
you shot one.
We shot
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawkeye went shot down. And so we shot a Hawkeye. We shot a wolf. And
both of your picks were correct.
And believe it or not, yeah, both of them were correct.
I hope you shoot the
So
elephant.
what's going to happen with that elephant? We're going to find out here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! Did you hear that?
Oh.
Man, we shot something else this week. That was an elephant.
No way.
The elephant's been shot. You know who shot him? Obby the tiger.
Man.
Obby the tiger shot him, and you know what? They didn't. The news leaked slow down in Auburn. They didn't hear that ban was enacted. So they went ahead and shot their trophy elephant, and now they're going to proudly display it in the Auburn trophy case.
Woo!
Auburn is going to win the football game.
No way.
Man.
Yeah,
Man,
2-1. What do you think of that?
Yeah, finally.
Whoa.
Looks like the guests are going to move up another
Oh.
Now, I will say this. For selfish reasons, I want Alabama to win. Don't get me wrong. So I'm a winner either way, but I think Auburn's going to win. I think Auburn's got too much offense. They're playing at home. I think that Alabama has not been tested. So
You don't think Mercer was a good test last week?
Mercer. East Forsyth could beat Mercer.
Oh,
Wow, man, that's saying a lot.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you
was
for
a
the
compliment. That was a compliment.
first compliment I think I've ever got from Tim Bussey. Wow, I appreciate that.
Oh,
I
gosh.
wish you could hear what the things I say from you from the stands.